but also building a relationship with your guardian angel during a time of illness is a good opportunity. That being said, they don't want anybody to feel badly if they are so ill that they can't really focus
Can't hold
on.
that, right.
Yeah, they just feel so bad that their orientation naturally is toward their body, and they can't kind of make that effort to hold their focus on their guardian angel. That being said, if we it's keeping in mind if we're that ill, there's a the indication is we can kind of surrender and kind of like go to open up to our guardian angel so that it's not trying to connect with them, and that is where we can get that loving.
It's more of a natural connection. I mean,
it's like opening the door rather than trying to push your way through.
Right.
And especially when we don't feel well, much easier to do it with the door open and just let your angel step in rather than trying to push your way through something solid to get to them.
Right.
And they're saying that's the case no matter what, whether you're well or sick or anything like that. Just open the door is what they're saying because we're here.
So it is possible then to disconnect or to shut out a guardian angel, probably in that case.
Oh, yeah, in that case, and a lot of people do it just because they're busy.
Not oriented,
and they're just, focused on raising their kids or working at their job. And often they're reminded. So you can go to church and be reminded, kind of. It's easier because there's more of an orientation toward the idea of angels there. And that's part of what that is about. Is people are encouraged to, when they attend a religious service, doesn't have to be church. When they attend a religious service of some sort, where the energy is oriented, energy of the group is oriented to connecting the spirit. The suggestion is that they kind of look around or feel almost like open up to what's going on around them from that spiritual level. Like, can they become aware? Do they become aware? Their guardian angel. Where is their guardian angel? That's something you can ask. Do I feel like they're over here, or are they behind me, or are they sitting right in front of me? Are they waving at me from the corner of the room? It's just kind of sending your curiosity out there to see if you can get a sense of where your guardian angel is. You're asking, where are you? Where are you? With great curiosity. And that's encouraging that practice, because even if you go, oh, that can't be right, it was right, you got some sort of sense of it, trust in that, and then you can build on that going forward in terms of learning what it feels like to connect to your guardian angel.
Very good. Okay.
So the image is like your guardian. So somebody who does this little exercise may do it more than once, and this guardian angel has a sense of humor,
around on him.
And he's over here. I'm over here. Now I'm over here. Right.
Okay, gotcha. All right. My question is do they know our hopes and dreams, aspirations, and can they help us with those things, or are they mostly just around helping us to feel good?
These are wonderful questions. They're always there to help us feel good. That makes their heart glad, actually. It's kind of like, when you, as an adult, if you have children, if your kids are happy, you're happy, kind of thing.
Right.
So what was the rest of that?
So do they know our hopes and dreams and aspirations, and can they help us with those things, or is that more a function of our other people on our team or spirits on our team?
So there are a couple levels of aspirations, you might say. There's an aspiration we may set before we ever come to the earth plane. They know that one because apparently they're in on it before we come here, and they hold that aspiration whether we do or not down here.
Very good.
So that they are continuously trying to arrange things, set up, connect the dots for us to give us the opportunity to have the experiences to help us meet that goal.
Which is ultimately for our growth, right?
Absolutely.
Whatever that would be, correct.
They always hope that ultimately it will be for our growth.
Yeah.
They're bringing up that sometimes people, before they come here, are at lower level of spiritual evolution in a physical body. That part of their spirit that's in the physical body is still filling the box. Filling the
building the experience level.
Building the experience level so they can embody the lessons and then go on to the next. So they don't all, an individual who's at a less experienced level will have, not always, but often have requests, you might say, that the guardian angels are going, well, you can
so try to get there from here. It's a little difficult. Yeah.
And that it's not as significant. It's kind of like you would ask for, I want to have 4 children, or something specific in this lifetime that, from Spirit's perspective, doesn't make that much difference. I guess you'd say. Right. It's like, well, okay, we can see, it's not that important. But nevertheless, apparently, when we come down here and are in a physical body, we often have forgotten, I guess you'd say, what not that we necessarily forget. What they're showing you is like it's gotten buried under all this other stuff that...
Lots of distractions.
And just learning, how to keep your body going in this lifetime. They're showing you starting from a baby, that your first orientation is toward physical, for good purpose.
Right.
In order to survive, to grow enough to have the experience, to learn the lesson, that kind of thing. I'm missing stuff. Oh, and so individuals may certainly feel like they've forgotten or they don't know what their purpose is. They can reorient to that. Your guardian angel will try to help, kind of like remind you, if you're interested. Some people get so distracted with their career, with their making money, with
whatever the physical plane stuff is.
Right. Yeah. That they don't ever really ask, or they aren't looking for what that higher purpose might be. They're calling it a higher purpose. That's interesting. So that's one thing that can happen, but the guardian angel's still there going, well, maybe this time, maybe, and still hoping and trying to arrange things for us to make that evolutionary leap. They don't hold it against us at all if we don't really step into it. It's like, well, that's where they are right now, and we'll just, keep laying out the road for them to follow. They watch with curiosity. That's interesting. But there's absolutely no judgment. The analogy they're giving is if you have a pet dog. This is okay. Well, anyway, if you have a dog, it's like they, the angel, are you as the dog owner, and the dog is like like the person that belongs to the angel. So the person is watching this dog who is their pet, and just watching them go around smelling all this, that, and the other thing, and there's no, it's just a very neutral feeling, if that makes any sense.
Right.
If the dog starts to eat something they shouldn't, there's a little bit of, oh dear, that kind of thing. But they don't necessarily, that's another physical plane thing. They don't necessarily intervene. How did we get off on that? Because I feel like we didn't answer what we were supposed to. But do they know what we're thinking? And the answer is, do they know? They know their person so well. Again, it's just like a parent who may know their child so well that they can observe their child and know how they're feeling. They can hear what their child is saying to others, and so know what, in that respect, what they're thinking. Although your angel is going to know when you're accurate about what you're saying and when you're not. Like your angel can hear you talking, and they'll know, because they can feel it. And it's like, I can feel it sometimes. That somebody's not, I'm going to
They've got an interpretation that's not correct.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
In one way or another.
It's not necessarily a lie. It's an interpretation that's
it's a little bit off one way or another somehow that they...
So they can feel that, but it's not necessarily so in that way, they would know what their person wants for dinner tonight, or
Right.
wants for a career, or wants. It's kind of like the individual wants and desires that someone would have while they're here living an earth plane existence.
Mm-hmm. So is it necessary to ask specifically either verbally or connect even in our mind? I would like to speak to my guardian, or maybe have a name of your guardian angel, or maybe a name for her, or it.
Yeah, him or her, right? Him or her is kind of what it is.
Okay.
So about that, and I always check. Yeah, they're suing me again. A guardian angel in particular it shows up to me as all energy. So if you've ever driven down a blacktop road in very, very hot sunny weather and you see that shimmer, it's that kind of shimmer, except that I see. I mean, who knows what other people would see? But the way I see it is it's that kind of shimmer, but it goes around and around and around. Okay. It's moving. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of colors in it. And then they will kind of, when somebody's trying to look at them, they'll put on a form, a body, so it's with wings. Oh, and they're saying sometimes a halo, because that would be what we as people would expect.
That's our orientation.
That's our orientation, and that they can be put on a female body or a male body, a woman or a man.
Okay.
And that's where they always show me that there's likely, if you have a man who's stepping up as your spokesperson, guardian angel, you very likely have another one or more other angels on your team covering both genders. It's kind of like they cover all aspects of what an angel is.
Neat.
Did I
I think you answered that. I think you answered it. Or I might maybe shifted. Let me ask you. So you mentioned, is this an angel? Is this an angel you're speaking to now?
Yes.
Or is this just information that you've got, or is it actually?
This time it's an angel because it's kind of like they're representing.
Is it your or my angel by any chance, or is this just a representative angel?
He's saying it's my angel.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, did you know that, or I'm asking the angel and you, I guess, did you know? Go ahead.
Just to let you know, he's saying, yes, it's my guardian angel, but he totally acknowledges you. Like, no, you're in this conversation as well. It isn't like, like.
No, I get that, right?
Okay.
I'm not feeling put out. That's fine. Thank you. Very kind of you, by the way. That's awesome. So you indicated when we first started speaking that we know our guardian angel many times for lifetime, that they'll be with us for a lifetime. Are we buddies with them then when we've crossed over? I mean, do we hang out with them, or do we have fun with them and actually enjoy growing together almost, or do they get any growth experience out of that? That's more than one question. So let's do one at a time. So the first piece is are we buddies with, like almost buddies, or?
It's I get a feeling so the example is when someone crosses over and it's like reconnect. They're also showing me if you are an earthbound spirit, if your spirit doesn't cross over right away but remains on the earth plane, it's very often your guardian angel who will either come individually or accompany someone to help you cross over, should you want to do that. But generally when people when their spirit leaves their body, they'll revert to this higher spiritual level. It's higher vibrational. And your guardian angel is there, and the feeling is, it's a beautiful feeling. It's like truly coming home, if that makes any sense. Yep. Where home has been the most wonderful, protective place, safe, and you're totally loved, and everybody's, glad to see you. It's all of that feeling wrapped up into connecting with your guardian angel. And there are a lot of others that you can connect with on the spirit level as well. So your guardian angel, I mean, you recognize each other right away. Yes. the image is somebody crosses over, they're seeing other people, they see an angel, and then it's kind of like, oh, that's my guardian angel. So it may take that long to recognize that that is your guardian angel. On the other hand, I'm um, I'm being reassured that because I've seen my guardian angel so many times that I'll recognize him right away.
Right.
I'm telling him, come on down.
Yeah, right.
Right. We can talk about that later.
Very cool. And so are we buddies then after we recognize each other, and do we like hang together and learn together?
It's more than buddies. There's this. It's almost greater than a soulmate feeling because it has been such a long-term,
We're totally
connection.
Yeah.
I don't feel like your guardian angel grows a lot.
That's where I was
right.
Yeah.
It feels like they're already there.
So they're helping us.
But they watch us in our progression. But apparently, when the connection is first made before our very first, he was showing me when somebody before their first incarnation, there is kind of this covenant. The angel connects with that portion of your spirit, like you're like, I want to go down in a human body, and part of that is to connect with the guardian angel before you go, and so there's some sort of, you guys have to kind of get along. There's there has to be a true comfort level. I'm going, yeah, because angels are pretty. They're not hard to live with at all. They're all pretty really awesome. So it's almost more we get to choose. That's interesting. Oh, we get to choose because when we come here, our ego is actually part of our survival, and our ego will be in play. And if we have chosen our guardian angel, it's kind of like we can't complain.
Gotcha.
We're going to go, that's the one I wanted.
Right.
That's kind of interesting.
That's neat.
Anyway, then I was also seeing an individual, dying and then being reincarnated, and when they cross over, they reconnect with their guardian angel and so on. And it was in that a transition, one of those transitions. It was like, so is that the same guardian angel as before? And let's show me again because I want to make sure. So one's guardian angel over this whole many lifetimes of spiritual development. One guardian angel is still always with you, but may take, it looks like they kind of move to the back and oversee from there, and another one steps up as the predominant guardian angel, like from here on, apparently based on some of the life's experiences that the person has had previously. It's almost like you as the individual have reached some level of change that now requires a second, another. Oh, I wonder why we have more than one.
Is it a different expertise? I mean, is it expertise?
It's almost more like it goes with you better energetically. It just meshes better. It's almost like baby talk, and then an adolescent talk, and then adulthood, and then there are different levels of, they're saying, wisdom that we kind of and apparently that is why we have more than one guardian angel. It's kind of like we get another one at some point in time. We get another one at some point.
Does the original guy then kind of oversee everybody?
Well, he's showing up as standing back and watching, and he feels very senior to me. Like he would even, I don't know that he would counsel the current guardian angel, but there's a definite, he feels so wise. He just feels so wise. And may very well be the one who is indicating, okay, now let's bring this guardian angel into it because it relates